My name is Angel Lopez. I'm a tattoo artist and climber, and this is my 1995 E-250. My artwork nowadays is heavily influenced with like my experiences. The outdoor lifestyle has become so big in my life that it's all that I can envision in my head now. Maintain a juggle between like work in the city kind of thing, but that allows you to be outside while you're still doing something that promotes that outdoor lifestyle in the city. So it's kind of like a cool game of, you know, how to maintain that stoke to like go run outside again. The whole idea with our build out was to actually be as simple as we can and not get carried away with like very fancy setups. You have the bed right here. It's just a simple frame. My wife and I can actually fit laying across, which helps us a bunch to like save space. It's a floating bed, so we just anchored it onto the body of the van so we can have our climbing storage and any camping stuff or any other gear that we want to travel with. It's my little place for like all our clothing, her clothing, and then any other stuff that we might want to take for the dogs or like blankets and extras. Have an AirB fridge. I believe this is a 50 liter. It usually holds about a week of food for both of us. This right here is our little hidden gem. I love it because you can have like another seat, and then we usually have our laundry in here. So we can just like throw everything in there and just not worry if it's stinking up the rest of the van. The top of the sink, I usually use this as a heat pad whenever we're cooking. A full sink right here. It's pretty minimal, but you have your water pump. You don't have to worry about like having to pour water over your dishes. We have like a really simple setup for our water and dirty water. I ended up just buying a couple of 7-gallon containers. This right here, it's our water pump. You just submerge it into it and then have this little hose that goes into the sink. So as soon as you turn this on, this will be pumping water through this once you open it. Have our little gas tank. That's actually like something that I'm like very proud of because takes pretty much the whole space right here, and this guy was about like $160, but it holds the same amount of gas and weighs nothing, and obviously you still have space to store any like your trash or any other stuff that you want to put under here. Up here is pretty much the same thing. It's just like a general storage. Right now, if you can tell, it's just holding the most important stuff, which is chalk, climbing shoes, and harness. And obviously we cannot stay away from figuring out how to put a hangboard right here and get some like good sessions. Well, we decided to keep these panels open because it helps as storage, and I usually just have very simple things for like the van, like brake fluid. And this guy I love because there's been a couple of times that we've had it wasn't flat, but actually we needed to air up the tires and there was no gas stations around. And we have a pretty solid air pump down there. It's from AirB as well, the guys that make our fridge. Just plug this in and then you're good to go. You know, you turn that on and then you can air up any tire. If you actually have a pretty solid flat, we have a kit to fix that and air up. So this stuff we ended up putting months into the build out. We figure out that we want it to stand instead of being slouching in the van. It's reinforced roof, so you can actually do mounts on like racks and stuff like that on the rooftop. It's all fiberglass. It's not too heavy, so it doesn't damage your gas as much. I feel like I'm in debt with nature because every time I go climb, I feel like I use it, and then I get inspired, and and then I come back home and I'm stoked and I want to draw all these things, and I draw them and then I tattoo them. Climbers Tattoo Special became off of, I came to realization that if it wasn't for those places, I wouldn't have that feeling and I wouldn't be able to do that for work. It's a way to give back through tattooing, and it's from every nature or climbing inspired tattoo, 10% goes to Access on the American Alpine. We can give back and do it from work, it'd be perfect. That's how the Climbers Tattoo Special became a thing. I got to tattoo in the van, and since I have the inverter for like 110 electricity, which is my power supply, and I have this little tiny mobile station that I can take apart and put, you know, wherever I want. I'm able to just like cover everything and make it very sanitary and really professional, you can say, setting and comfortable. So I was able to cover everything, set up, tattooed, and it was very easy. Like, I was afraid of kind of start tattooing and be uncomfortable trying to reach her like ink and then come back and tattoo her and having to slouch and like do some weird movements. But the van has plenty of space and I was able to just tattoo like if I was at the shop. So it was like great, you know. It was like a very accomplished moment.